Good evening and welcome to the regular City Council meeting. Today is Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, and it's 6 p.m. Regular meetings are generally held on the first and third Tuesday of each month in City Council chambers here at City Hall. City Clerk Assistant, please call the roll.
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Jennings. Here. Councilmember Winstead.
Present.
Councilmember Otto.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Johns.
Here.
Mayor Genoway.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Tonight we have one closed session item. We will now take public comments for that closed session item. Are there any, Madam Clerk?
There are none.
Seeing none, closed session is now closed. And let's see, City Attorney Smith, will you please read us into closed session?
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council. There's one item of closed session business tonight. It involves anticipated litigation. The council will be considering whether to initiate litigation, and all required disclosures are published in the agenda.
Thank you very much. We will now recess into closed session. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting back to order at 7 p.m. City Attorney Smith, is there any reportable action from the closed session?
Thanks, Mayor and Council. There was no reportable action taken.
Thank you so much. We will now begin with the public portion of our meeting. I would like to invite Bishop Mark Hellawell of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to provide this evening's invocation, followed by Boy Scout Troop 700 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. All rise.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're so grateful to be here at this City Council meeting. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to live in this the beautiful city of Laguna Niguel. We're grateful for those who serve and lead this community. We ask you this time for a blessing for as we go through the agenda today, that we can do so in the spirit of love and kindness and support and integrity. We ask for a blessing for those who serve in this city. We ask for a blessing for the community and the citizens and for their well-being. And we pray at this time in gratitude of the plan of our Heavenly Father, of His, the sacrifice and atonement of Jesus Christ and at His example. And we do this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
And now Boy Scout Troop 700.
Color guard, attention. Audience, please rise. Those in uniform, salute. Those not in uniform, place your right hand over your heart. Color guard, advance. Color guard, halt. Color guard, present the colors. Please recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
All right, great job, guys. We're going to join you down in the well and speak to you in just a moment. All right, can we give these young men a round of applause? They brought the white glove treatment tonight. I love it. All right, well, can you each of you tell us your name, where you go to school, and your favorite part about being a scout?
My name is Sam Harbor. I go to San Juan Hills High School. My favorite part of being a scout is going on camping trips with my friends.
My name is Maximus, and I go to Don Juan Avila Middle School. And my favorite part about being a scout is to do things for the community.
My name is Magic, and I go to Elisa Nogale High School, and my favorite part of scouting is the merit badges.
All right, Magic, I see you've got a very special rank on your uniform right there, the rank of Eagle Scout. Can you tell us what you did for your Eagle Scout project?
I installed decorative fire hydrants and working water fountains at San Clemente Animal Shelter.
All right, well, thank you so much for doing that for our community, and congratulations on gaining Eagle Scout, and I know both of you are well on your way. And do we have a Scoutmaster here with us? Come on down, you know the drill. Why don't you introduce yourself as well?
My name is Gary Banyas. I'm Scoutmaster, Troop 700, Aliso Viejo. Very happy to be here.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And can we get a photograph? All right. Here yeah, we can't really stand behind the Scouts. They're taller than us. So fit in where you can. All right, and who's going to dismiss us? Are you?
Yeah, I am. Color guard, regroup. Color guard dismissed. Audience at ease.
Thank you so much. Great job. All right, thank you, Scouts. And this evening we have one presentation. The presentation this evening is a recognition of the outgoing youth committee members. The city provides an official city tile to all committee members who are outgoing, and so we're excited to present several tonight to some of our youth committee members who are moving on. And so joining us to receive this special recognition is Ava Adibi, Melody Moanzade, Brian Guilfoyle, Dia Serrana, and Rosie Martinez. Come on down. Join us over here. All right. Well, thanks for coming here tonight. I know you're no stranger to this room. You have many of your meetings from being on the youth committee right here at the Laguna Niguel City Hall chamber. So why don't you tell us your name, introduce yourself, and tell us what your favorite part about serving on the youth committee was.
Hi, my name's Ava DB. There's a lot to choose from, but broadly, I'd probably say changing what community means to me, starting as a 14-year-old, coming in here, just living in Laguna Niguel, to now reflecting as an 18-year-old and having built so many relationships with both my peers, the city council, and residents of Laguna Niguel. There's a big difference, and I'm very grateful for that.
Hi, I'm Melody. My favorite part of serving on the youth committee was honestly just getting to interact with everyone in the community, whether it was kids our age or like all the way to the senior citizens. I think we have such an amazing community, and being able to actually make a difference and see the smile on everyone's faces through the events that we've planned just really like brought a smile to my face as well.
Hi, my name is Brian Guilfoyle, and my favorite part of the youth committee definitely was just being able to engage with my community a lot more, through events like Pizza with Police and Songs for Seniors, and also the holiday parade every single year where I was able to just connect with everybody.
Hi, my name is Dia Serrana, and one of my favorite parts about youth committee is being able to connect with such ambitious other young people in my community, and being able to connect with the other kids in our community through such amazing events that we host throughout the entire year.
Hi, my name is Rosie Martinez, and my favorite part of the youth committee, similar to my peers, was just getting to know everyone on the youth committee and also everyone around the community, both our age and older than us. So yeah.
And now I'll turn it over to our two city council youth committee liaisons to say a few words, starting with Councilmember Kelly Jennings.
Thank you so much, Mayor. I just am so proud of these youth. They were incredible leaders. The growth that I saw when I started on as a liaison, and I know I stepped away for a bit and I got to rejoin again, but to watch you all grow and become such wonderful leaders in our community, we are just beyond proud of you all. And I'm just know that you always have a city here supporting you, and we will always be here to anything you need at all.
Thank you, Councilmember Jennings. So I've had the privilege to get to know you all. I think it's been almost 3 years that I've served as liaison, and that's what it is. You guys are the future of our city, of our country, and we mean that. I mean that. So you're very important to us, and you all did a wonderful job. I was blessed to get to know you and to be a part of your journey. And please stay in touch, because we are going to be thinking about you as you go off and into the world. So we're proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck. Thanks so much.
All right, let's get in for a picture. All right, thank you so much. Oh, parents, yeah, parents. All right, well, congratulations to all of our outgoing youth committee members. You've done a great job for our city, and we can't wait to see what you do after this. And please come back and be leaders in our city once again once you go off and do great things. So thanks so much. Let's give them a round of applause. And that concludes our presentations for this meeting.
See you guys grow.
We will now move on to public comments. Any person wishing to address the City Council is respectfully asked to complete and present a gold-colored request to speak form. These forms are available on the counter that is located near the entry door of Council chambers. Please be aware that the time limit will be 3 minutes for each person to speak. This is a time for members of the public to share comments with the City Council. The Brown Act does not allow City Council members to respond to speakers at the meeting. However, City staff will follow up and respond to questions or provide information that is needed. Speakers will be called in order from the request to speak forms. To allow equal time for speakers, minutes may not be given to another speaker. You may have another person read your written statement. City Clerk Assistant, you handed me a stack of approximately 8 requests to speak. Are there any more?
There are none.
Okay, wonderful. I'm going to call the first few in order. And if you could just step on up to the microphone, and you'll have 3 minutes. And at the end of your 3 minutes, the microphone will turn off. So the first speaker is Patricia Lests. And after her will be Shelly Salazade. And then after that will be Lisa H.
Hello, my name is Patricia Letts. I live at 31322 Pardella Lane, Laguna Niguel. That's in Monarch Summit 2. I've lived in Southern California most of my life, most of it in the Los Angeles area. And in that area, I lived in Silver Lake, in West Hollywood, and La Habra Heights, all fire areas, fire danger areas. In the time that I lived in those places, I was never near a fire. Even though I was in a fire danger area, we never had a fire. And I've lived here 4 years, and I've experienced 3 fires within 5 miles of my home, within 3 to 5 miles of my home. I've seen the helicopters go over from my back windows, getting the water from the country club and taking it to wherever the fire might happen to be. I've had an adjustment moving to this area from Los Angeles. One of them is that in Los Angeles, and I don't know if they're still doing it, but I've only been here 4 years, it would not be uncommon to see fire trucks. They would drive up and down the streets of Silver Lake. And I don't know if you're familiar with Silver Lake, but it's kind of like the Hollywood Hills. And so there's narrow streets, there's a lot of greenery. And they would come and they would look, and if they saw something that they thought shouldn't be there, if there was too much growth or whatever, they might knock on your door and ask to see you, ask to speak to you. The only time I've seen fire trucks here are when they're accompanying ambulances. I've never seen fire trucks go through the neighborhood. And I would think that that is something that should happen so that they are aware, number one, so that they know where everything is, because that seems to be an issue sometimes. after the fires, after the first fire, I became concerned. So I called the city of Laguna Niguel, spoke to the city manager. City manager told her the area I was concerned about, which is the area off of Pacific Island Drive, from Crown Valley up to before you get to, or right after you, or before you get to Monarch Summit. I described the area, and the city manager told me, well, I don't know what city that's in. That did not give me a whole lot of confidence. So I then went to, I'm not sure exactly who was next, but I went to Stephanie. Stephanie tried to help. I've been to Stephanie a few times about this, and she really made an effort, but really nothing happened. I then called Supervisor Foley's office. Nothing happened with that. I finally, now by now, we're probably close to 2 fires. I sent an email to Lori Davis's office, never heard a word. So my concern is
I'm sorry, your 3 minutes is up, but thank you very much for your comments. All right, the next speaker is Shelly Salazade.
Should I go ahead? Okay. Good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. My name is Shelly Salazade. I'm a resident of Ridgeview Drive in Laguna Niguel. I live by Ridgeview Park. I'm here tonight to ask for an urgent attention and action regarding serious safety concerns at the Ridgeview Park. Ridgeview Park has become a hotspot for illegal and unsafe activities, especially during the evening and late night hours. These issues include drug use and dealing, often in plain sight or hidden in the bushes, open flames used for smoking drugs, which poses a significant brush fire hazard in this very high-risk canyon area, alcohol consumption, underage gatherings, and fireworks late into the night and early morning hours, hit-and-run incidents involving our parked cars and attempting to run over pedestrians. On June 21st at 1:50 a.m., fireworks were launched from Ridgeview Park into the canyon, causing a powerful explosion that startled the neighborhood. Many residents, including myself, rushed out to assess the situation. 2 neighbors were nearly hit by a speeding car while trying to confront the 5 individuals responsible. This incident constituted a dangerous and aggressive act. We called 911 and sheriff arrived 35 minutes later. Since then, we've had to call the sheriff regularly. Most recent is the night of July 10th at 11:30 p.m. Just as previous incidents, the people involved were gone only minutes before the sheriff's arrival. We believe many of the individuals involved are not local residents. Their presence is extremely intimidating and disruptive. We are deeply anxious about the risk of a wildfire sparked by fireworks or the open use of flames for smoking drugs, so close to our homes, especially in light of the recent Laguna Beach fire, or if a child or pet discovers stashes of drugs in the park. Lastly, there is real fear for retaliation against residents who step in to protect the neighborhood. We can't afford to wait until a tragedy happens. So tonight, my fellow neighbors are all here, and we are submitting a petition representing over 60 residents on Ridgeview Drive. We asked the city for the following: install motion detect lighting and surveillance camera with facial and license plate recognition technology to deter these gatherings and activities. Increase patrol presence during the evenings and early morning hours and weekends. Strict enforcement of park rules and hours and consideration of an earlier closure at 8:30 p.m. We also ask that the Sheriff's Department issue actual penalties for violations rather than giving warnings that allow individuals to simply return the following evenings. The residents of Ridgeview Drive are ready to support the city and Sheriff's Department in restoring safety to Ridgeview Park. Thank you for your time and commitment to our city.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, Shelley. I know you had a meeting with our Chief of Police Services today, and we look forward to continue working on these issues with you and the residents of your community. So thank you for being here. All right, our next speaker is Lisa H., followed by Linda M. and George A.
Good evening, City Council. We are here tonight to talk about critical information about the voter rolls and the voter history here and all our information is from the 2024 general election. The information comes from extensive research conducted by a team of data experts at Unite for Freedom, a nationwide nonpartisan volunteer organization. Their team meticulously analyzed official election files from both federal and state sources. While I'm not an official spokesperson for Unite for Freedom, I am a dedicated volunteer who is deeply concerned by the findings that are based exclusively on official state election data. Our analysis of the certified results from both the 2022 and 2024 general elections reveal that not all votes counted were valid and accurate under the law. These findings are substantial and warrant careful consideration. They have already been shared with state election officials and law enforcement agencies and have been submitted as evidence in federal court as part of ongoing litigation by Unite for Freedom and other parties. Unite for Freedom is not alone in raising these concerns. Recent executive actions at the federal level, such as the executive order entitled Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections, underscore the urgent need to enforce and clarify existing election laws. These directives are intended to guide state compliance and ensure that election crimes are prosecuted because the integrity of our election system is at stake. Therefore, we are here to seek your support, awareness, understanding, and action. We are proposing a resolution that highlights key statistics and calls for an end to the inaccuracies and uncertainties that compromise our election. By adopting this resolution, you will demonstrate your commitment to your constituents' concerns and your dedication to upholding voter civil rights and the integrity of our elections here in Orange County. It is imperative to address these issues now. If we do not act, the same election systems and procedures that led to errors in 2022 and 2024 will likely produce similar results in the upcoming 2026 general election. At this time, I will turn it over to our next reader to present the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next speaker is Linda M., followed by George A., and then Cheryl F.
Resolution for a legally valid 2026 general election. Whereas free and fair elections form the cornerstone of the Republic of the United States, as stated in Reynolds versus Sims, 377 U.S. 533, 1964, the right of suffrage can be denied by a debasement or dilution of the weight of a citizen's vote just as effectively as by wholly prohibiting the free exercise of the franchise. Whereas election officials bear the responsibility to ensure elections remain accurate and free from manipulation. In Re Coy 127 U.S. 731, 1888. The United States Supreme Court affirmed that election officials must strictly adhere to federal and state laws governing process, defining election misconduct as follows. The evil intent consists in disobedience to the law. Whereas our constitutional system of representative government relies on 4 fundamental principles for validity in our elections. Number 1, accurate voter rolls. Election officials must maintain voter registration lists that are current and correct, which includes facilitating the registration of eligible citizens, as well as preventing the registration of non-citizens. Fictitious names and ineligible applicants, the National Voter Registration Act, 1993. Number 2, eligible votes only. Election officials must only count votes cast by eligible citizen voters. The U.S. Constitution, 14th Amendment, Section 2. Number 3, vote reconciliation. Election officials must ensure that the number of votes counted matches the number of participating voters. Number 4, system accuracy. Voting systems must achieve accuracy standards set by Congress by limiting ballot counting errors to no more than 1 error per 125,000 ballots. The Help America Vote Act, 2002. Election officials must substantiate assertions of accurate outcomes with transparent records. Resolution for a legally valid 2026 general election.
Thank you very much. George A., followed by Cheryl F.
Good evening. Whereas United Sovereign Americans conducted an independent audit of the California 2024 general election uncovered alarming irregularities. 9,939,574 material errors and omissions in the voter registration database. 5,588,594 votes improperly counted from these ineligible and uncertain registrants. 77,085 excess votes counted beyond the number of voters who participated with no explanation of their origin. 5,588,464 voting violations exceeding the legal error threshold, where only 130 errors were allowed under federal law. The audit findings indicate severe violations of state and federal election laws and potential fraudulent certification. Whereas election accuracy is defined as the ability to capture and report voter selections without error, by definition, only eligible citizens are voters. Election officials violate civil rights, undermine public trust, and jeopardize national security when they certify an election that fails to reach this standard. Whereas the irregularities in the official records of the 2024 general election call into question the validity of the election, threatening the guaranteed protection of our natural rights under a Republican form of government, this emergency inflicts immeasurable harm upon our families, our way of life, the fabric of these United States. It raises the specter of false representation in U.S. Congress and state governments, an allegation that election officials are currently unable to disprove.
Thank you. Cheryl F.
Therefore, be it resolved, the Laguna Niguel City Council of Orange County demand immediate action to ensure a legally valid and transparent 2026 general election by implementing the following measures. Number 1, infrastructure compliance. Election officials must ensure that all voting systems meet Federal Informational Standard Security Modernization Act, FISMA standards, and maintain compliance throughout the election process. Number 2, voter verification. Verify that all voters are legally eligible U.S. citizens before their votes are counted. If a voter's eligibility is in question, their vote must be held as provisional until legally verified. Number 3, ballot security. Enforce all issued and counted ballots to comply with robust chain of custody protocols to secure ballots from forgery, tampering, coercion, destruction, or injection. Resolution for a legally valid 2026 general election. And number 4, accurate counts. Ensure all voted ballots are received and every valid ballot is accurately counted, with any material questions resolved through lawful adjudication procedures with oversight. And number 5, proven outcomes. Election officials must investigate and resolve, or if necessary, re-administer any election that cannot be proven accurate and compliant. In every jurisdiction, officials must provide records substantiating election and initiative results to citizens. Additionally, officials must securely store all ballots and operational records, including electronic records, to protect them from auditing purposes, from tampering or alteration. Be it further resolved that the Laguna Niguel City Council calls upon the state of California and federal regulators, law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, judges, and election boards to uphold these principles, ensure legal compliance, and restore public confidence in our election systems. Our signatures to this resolution affirm our commitment to protecting the constitutional mandate of legitimate representative government and ensuring that every valid vote is counted accurately and lawfully.
Thank you, Nancy M., followed by Michelle M.
Thank you.
Take my glasses off. In conclusion, you have just heard a resolution that exposes significant inaccuracies from voter registration through the certification of the 2024 general election. It calls for immediate, substantive action to ensure the integrity of the 2026 general election for all voters. The resolution is firmly grounded in multiple U.S. Supreme Court precedents, which underscore the necessities of these corrective measures. Our current election procedures do not fully comply with the established laws, and these laws are too often disregarded. Some citizens, including elected officials, mistakenly believe that these issues can be ignored because the president, the current administration, and other officials are handling it, quote unquote. This complacency represents an abdication of civic responsibility. Benjamin Franklin's warning, "It's a republic if you can keep it," applies not only to his generation, but to ours as well. Your leadership and decisive action are urgently needed. Our voting system, which should protect our fundamental right, the right to choose our representatives, is failing to deliver accurate, transparent, and verifiable results. Should we continue to ignore the anomalies within our election system, a system essential to our national security? The cost of inaction extends far beyond dollars. It threatens our economy, military, foreign policy, public health, the confidence of our youth, and our national dignity. The stakes could not be higher. I urge you to demonstrate your commitment to American representative government by passing this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. And our final speaker is Michelle M.
Let us consider the broader context. Many Americans, including a significant number of residents in California and Orange County, have concerns about the reliability and transparency of our elections. While we all wish this were not the case, official government data substantiates these concerns, and the law requires that they be addressed to safeguard our liberty. Regrettably, government representatives at various levels have not been transparent or responsive to citizen audits of official election data. The right to choose our representatives through lawful and transparent elections is the cornerstone of our constitutional republic, a right fiercely defended for over 2 centuries by the sacrifices of our brothers, fathers, mothers, sisters, and for some of us, our children. Today, you have the opportunity to uphold that legacy and demonstrate to your constituents that you value American liberty by passing this resolution. It is worth noting that we have been here before. About a year ago, Unite for Freedom, some of the very people that presented today, presented a resolution for a legally valid 2024 general election. We presented here and in other cities and other counties across the state of California. A year ago, we presented the scorecard from the 2022 general election. Today, we presented the scorecard from the 2024 general election, and it shows that the number of apparent violations and the number of seemingly invalid votes are increasing. For further information, the Unite for Freedom websites provides informative video explaining the anomalies, apparent legal violations, and lawsuits filed throughout the country. I encourage you to visit uniteforfreedom.com. That's unite, the number 4, freedom.com, to learn more about this vital issue. Thank you for your attention and your consideration. And I brought copies of the resolution for you to review and one for your clerk. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Madam Clerk Assistant, do we have any, I'm sorry, one moment. Do we have any more requests to speak forms?
No, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Public comment is now closed. We will move on to our consent calendar. Are there any items to be pulled from the consent calendar from council members?
I'll pull item number 6.
All right, Councilmember Otto will pull item 6. Are there any others to be pulled? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt the balance of the consent calendar? Motion made by Councilmember Jennings, seconded by Councilmember Winstead.
Okay, I'm missing a vote from Councilmember Jennings.
That's okay, we'll wait. All right, the balance of the consent calendar is adopted unanimously. Councilmember Otto, item number 6.
Thank you so much. I just want to let the public know that the city is doing its due diligence to inspect its bridges. We have 17 bridges in the city. It can be, it's a lot of, it could be a big expense, but we're getting ahead of any maintenance issues, and so I'm proud to support this. And it is an award. This item is number 6, award of professional services agreement for citywide bridge inspection services to Mark Thomas and Company. And I support this, and I'm looking forward to seeing the report. With that, I'll move the item.
All right, motion made by Councilmember Otto, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Johns. Members, please vote. Okay, and the item is adopted unanimously, 5-0. We will now move on to our discussion item. Our discussion item this evening is an update on the city's legislative advocacy efforts and annual review of the city's adopted legislative platform. Assistant City Manager Martin, will you please introduce this item?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Tonight's presentation is going to be by Assistant to the City Manager, Kevin O'Connor.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. As we approach the summer recess in the 2025 legislative session, it is an appropriate time to provide an update on the city's legislative advocacy efforts and for the City Council to review and make any changes to the city's adopted legislative platform. The City Council first adopted the legislative platform in February 2019 and most recently revised the legislative platform on May 21st, 2024. Adopting the legislative platform has allowed staff to effectively and efficiently communicate the city's positions to legislators and policymakers in Sacramento and Washington, D.C. on crucial legislation and regulatory efforts affecting the city and its residents in a timely manner. The legislative platform serves as the foundation for the city to support or oppose various state and federal legislation and was developed to be consistent with and support the city's long-term strategic mission and vision and maintain the city's municipal code. The legislative platform continues to be comprised of 2 critical elements: guiding principles and policy statements. The guiding principles are preserve and enhance local control, fiscal responsibility, promote economic development, support responsible funding opportunities, and maintain quality public safety. In addition, the policy statements include positions on issues the city has previously stated concern for or acted upon. These issues include local control, local revenue, fiscal responsibility and sustainability, economic development, funding opportunities, drug abuse, homelessness, public safety, sober living homes, air traffic noise, utilities, environment, and a miscellaneous category. Since the start of the current legislative cycle, the city has been actively tracking 71 proposed bills and has submitted 21 advocacy letters to the state legislature, of which 18 have passed their House of Origin and remain active. The active bills on which the city has taken a position can be divided into 4 broad categories: local control, public safety, sober living homes and treatment facilities, and miscellaneous. I want to take this opportunity to highlight just a handful of bills for which the city has taken a support position. In the area of local control, Assembly Bill 261, which strengthened the accuracy of California's fire hazard severity zone maps by allowing the state fire marshal to assess and consider input from public agencies, nonprofits, and other stakeholders about actions that may affect fire hazard severity designations. In the area of public safety, Assembly Bill 544 would require a minor to take an electric bicycle safety course if they receive a violation for failing to wear a properly fitting helmet and want the court not to impose a citation, which, as of yesterday, was signed into law. In the category of sober living homes and treatment facilities, Senate Bill 83 would expand current law to require the Department of Healthcare Services to post on its website an identification and summary of each violation issued for licensed sober living homes and treatment facilities. And lastly, in the category of miscellaneous, Assembly Bill 571 would exempt from the requirements of CEQA any activity or approvals necessary for the completion of the Gypsum Canyon Veterans Cemetery in the County of Orange. The city's letters of opposition have largely focused on preserving and enhancing local control, which includes letters of opposition for Assembly Bill 1206, Senate Bill 79, and Senate Bill 455. As the legislative session progresses, staff will continue to take appropriate action on legislation in line with the city's legislative platform. This evening is also an appropriate time for the City Council to make any changes to the legislative platform, as it has been 1 year since the last update. Staff recommends that the City Council receive and file this legislative update and provide direction to staff on any changes to the city's legislative platform. That concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions the City Council may have.
Thank you very much, Mr. O'Connor. Does the council have any questions at this time? One question from Councilmember Otto.
Thank you. I just have one question. Thank you, Mr. O'Connor, for your work. Did you say SB 83 passed? Did I hear that right? Just wanted to get my notes right on that.
The one that passed was Assembly Bill 544.
Oh, 544.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That's it. Thanks for your work on this.
Thank you.
Are there any further questions? If there are no further questions, I will open public comments at this time. Madam Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
There are none.
Seeing none, public comments on this item is now closed. Now is the time for council discussion. And I'll begin. I just want to thank Mr. O'Connor for his diligence in everything in the staff report, all of the legislative advocacy we've been doing. I've been working very closely with you over the last 6 or 7 months and formulating our advocacy efforts from the city, drafting letters to send them up to the appropriate committees and legislators in Sacramento, and I've really enjoyed doing that with you. We've reviewed this platform before, so this is nothing new. I think there's only one item I would like to add, which I think is fairly obvious at this point to all of us, and that would be under the public safety designation. And I would like to add that we support legislation to ensure the location and building standards of best facilities do not compromise community safety. All right, and with that, is there anybody else who would like to speak? Councilmember Otto.
Yeah, I don't have any updates to suggest for the legislative platform. I was just going to point out a few bills that I liked on the legislative tracker.
Please, go
Is this
ahead.
the appropriate time? Yeah, so I just wanted to, one of my favorite here is AB 75, residential property insurance images. This actually was in committee this morning, and I can't find online, I don't think it's gotten posted yet, as to where it went. But because I've spoken on this, AB 75, if passed, will requires admitted insurers to notify residential property insurance policy holders at least 45 days in advance if they take any aerial images of your insured property, or if they obtain any images. You will need the policy holder, if they request them, they will have to be provided. So I like this one. I'm going to just speak briefly about AB 303 because I talked about it before. Unfortunately, that looks like it's a 2-year bill. So usually when it goes to a 2-year bill, that's not a great sign for us. And we were supporting that. So that is the battery energy storage facility where it has 3,200 feet from homes. That doesn't look so great for us, unfortunately. And I really like AB, excuse me 1 minute, I'll get my notes. Oh, AB 647, looks like that went to a 2-year bill. We were opposed to that. This would have forced cities, well, it's a 2-year bill, doesn't look good, looks good for us, doesn't look good for them. But it forces cities to allow up to 8 housing units on any lot with an existing single-family home. The city is opposed to that, and that is now a 2-year bill. So thank you so much, Mr. O'Connor, for your work, and I just wanted to highlight those bills. Thank you so much.
Are there any other requests to speak on this item? And I'm in agreement with those bills that Councilmember Otto mentioned, specifically AB 75. We sent a letter to Sacramento. That's the one with the aerial photographs that insurance companies are using to determine if they're going to jack up your insurance premiums. You deserve to have notice when those companies are doing that. And so hopefully that passes. And I did meet with Assemblymember Cotty Petrie Norris a few days ago, and that's significant in the respect that she's the chair of the Assembly Energy and Utilities Committee that is overseeing the subject matter of best facilities in AB 303. And yes, unfortunately, she did confirm that AB 303 is not going anywhere this session. So with that, and seeing no further discussion, I'm going to take two different motions here. The first, and I'll make the motion on this, I move to receive and file this update on the city's legislative advocacy efforts, and I will make that motion. Is there a second? And I don't believe there's any further discussion on that, so we will take the vote at this time.
I'll just need a moment to divide that motion into two.
Certainly.
Mayor Genoway, can you read that language that you have for that?
The one on the best facility that I provided?
Get to write it down.
Yes, support legislation to ensure location and building standards of best facilities do not compromise community safety.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right, there was motion by myself, seconded by Councilmember Jennings. Members, please vote. All right, it is adopted 5-0, and I will make a secondary motion that we adopt the legislative platform with the one amendment that I offered regarding best facilities. And Madam Clerk, do we need to redo the motion and second on that? Okay, I'll make the motion. Seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Johns. Please vote. All right, that passes unanimously. This concludes our discussion item. We will now move on to City Council, City Manager, and Department reports. Who would like to go first? Councilmember Jennings.
I just want to thank Parks and Rec. Your team has gone above and beyond. What great summer concerts we've had, and 4th of July was just spectacular. Such a fun evening. Thank you for the drone show. It was all just so spectacular. You guys are working so hard and you're doing such a great job, and everyone's enjoying it. So thank you very much for all the fun this summer. I appreciate it. Thank you. That is all.
Councilmember Winstead.
All right. I'd like to echo Councilmember Jennings' comments. At the last meeting in Councilmember comments, I spoke about commitment to excellence and maximum effort, outstanding work, et cetera. Well, I think our city staff definitely delivered and then some with the 4th of July festivities. Going to bring it down a little bit. However, as we're going about celebrating our nation's independence, celebrating and enjoying the festivities, the run in the park, the pancake breakfast, the airplane flyover, the drone show, and 2 concerts, people just like us in Kerrville, Texas, were processing the devastation caused by the floods when the Guadalupe River's banks overflowed and swept away campers. The immense grief of this tragedy extends beyond Central Texas. We're parents just like you who signed those permission slips and the waivers and health forms and send our kids off to summer camp with the hope that they'll learn valuable skills, grow, develop bonds with friends, gain some independence, maybe not too much, and just have memorable experiences. We're united in your grief, and the collective grief does extend here to Laguna Niguel. While I can't imagine the unfathomable loss and tragedy that you're trying to process, I just want people to think about, during this process of recovery and reflection, I hope it motivates people to soften their hearts, don't hold grudges, don't part on unkind words, don't go to bed angry, and hold those that are dear a little bit closer, because you never know if that's going to be the last time you'll be able to embrace them. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Otto.
Thank you so much. I want to thank OCFA for their work on the Rancho fire. That was a scary moment for us. You know, we've been through a fire here in Laguna Niguel, and anytime there's a fire nearby, it scares all of us. And I just want to thank you all for your work. You acted swiftly. You utilized new equipment. You've got state-of-the-art equipment to keep us safe. And I appreciate that very much. And I know all of our residents do as well. Interesting. And we found out that this fire was caused by fireworks. So while the fire was burning in Laguna Beach, people were setting off fireworks in my neighborhood. And that was particularly upsetting. It's always upsetting when someone sets off fireworks in your neighborhood. But it was happening actually during the fire. And so I just want to make sure everybody's aware that it is illegal to shoot off fireworks in the city of Laguna Niguel. I believe, and the attorney can correct me if I'm wrong, it's up to a $50,000 fine or 1 year in jail. And it is absolutely unacceptable to shoot off fireworks in the city of Laguna Niguel, regardless of what time of year it is. That being said, I'll talk about the happy parts of July 4th. I agree. We had a great day. Thank you, Mr. Harmon, for your hard work and for all the staff that contributed. It was a really fun day. YMCA running the parks, the pancake breakfast with the chamber, and the drone show was quality. It was short. We got comments on that, but it is more expensive than shooting off fireworks, so that people know we are trying to be fiscally responsible and provide a quality show. I think we did that. Staff did that, and I'm appreciative of it. The bands were amazing. I got a lot of compliments on the bands and how great the quality of the bands were. So we're going to keep working on it. And again, it was a fabulous day. So thanks so much.
Mayor Pro Tem Johns.
There's a theme to today, and I have the exact same things on mine. It's the 4th of July, and it's the Kernville flooding and our local fire. So I won't speak about it as you guys did it very eloquently. I'll just add that I want to thank our first responders, both in Texas and here. You guys put your lives on the line every day for us. You're not appreciated enough for it, and I truly appreciate what you do every single day, not just days when there's a fire or a flood going on. So thank you very much for all your hard work and sacrifice. As far as the 4th of July, it was an amazing day. My day there started at 6:30 in the morning, dropping chairs off for the concert, and I saw city personnel there, the staff there at 6:30 in the morning. I did the run, I did the pancake breakfast, I did the concerts, and those same city staff members were there at 9:30 at night when I left. So the hard work and dedication that was put into that is just extraordinary, and it went, as far as I'm concerned, flawlessly. It was a great day. There were no hiccups. There was no major complaints of any kind. And again, our law enforcement did a great job of securing the locations for us. And so I really appreciate that. So I'll just end with that, but I really, truly appreciate the hard work and effort that you guys put into it. Thank you.
All right, well, I agree. 4th of July was amazing once again here in the city of Laguna Niguel. Just the whole day kicked off with the 5K, and one thing I really appreciated about the 5K this year is that the route they had us run did not go up toward the gazebo in the regional park, which, if you know, is a very steep incline, and well, that was really difficult to do last year. But this year they moved back the starting line, I think, to accommodate for us not having to run up to the gazebo, and it was a really fun day, followed by the fair that's put on by the Chamber of Commerce, and the pancake breakfast, and then just, you know, all day the events. The concerts, the bands were excellent. The drone show was visually amazing and so cool that we got to see that in conjunction with live music. That was pretty awesome. And I know everybody in the amphitheater was just awestruck. I have photographs of the whole crowd in the amphitheater just looking up toward the sky to these drones. And I especially love the fact that they did have a visual that said Laguna Niguel. So in our Laguna Niguel sky, we had our own name spelled correctly, Laguna Niguel. That was important. Otherwise, I think we'd be asking for our money back. But no, they got it right. It was incredible. So what a great day all the way around. And I realize that some people were a little disappointed we didn't have the fireworks, but when I explained it to folks that the fire maps from the state, the fire authority, the experts on this told us on March 26th of this year that the regional park is now in a red zone and you can't shoot off fireworks from that location. When I explain that to people, it makes sense and they understand why we did it. And so a little education that we're doing is going a long way. And I anticipate that next year for the 250th anniversary of America, it's going to be just as amazing here in our fine city. A couple of things that I want to mention today. Most of my colleagues and I attended the grand opening and the ribbon cutting of Nick the Greek restaurant. It's over by where the old Deemer's restaurant used to be. And from 11 to 2 p.m., they had free food, like you walk up to the counter, you order an entree, and they give it to you, no charge at all. Well, that line wrapped around the building, through the parking lot. It was a lot of people showed up to Nick the Greek today, and it was pretty tasty. I got to try some myself. So check that out. Great new restaurant in town. And then we got another summer concert coming up this Friday, the Dreamboats. I just like saying that name, the Dreamboats. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then as soon as I get home from that, I am going home and I am putting some pork butts on my smoker. Don't worry, this is going to a good place because I am participating in the American Legion Post 281 barbecue cook-off the very next day. It's going to be held at Bistro K at 1 p.m. I believe it's around $50, and you will have a full plate of barbecue food. I'm not the only one participating. There's going to be many other cuts of meat there. And so come on down to Bistro K at about 1 p.m. to enjoy some barbecue food, and all of the proceeds go towards charities for our veterans. So it's for a very good cause. And yeah, I'll refrain from making any jokes. I don't want to get myself in trouble here with regard to pork butts. Okay, moving on. City Manager Letourneau.
Thank you. We have one report tonight, which is our OCFA quarterly report.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Genoway, City Council, City staff, and City Manager Letourneau for the opportunity to provide the Orange County Fire Authority's quarterly update. The Orange County Fire Authority provides education and outreach through our community education specialists and firefighters. During this quarter, we participated in the following events: the City of Laguna Niguel's Bunny Bonanza and Touch a Truck event, the Laguna Niguel Elementary School Carnival, the Fountain Glen Community Fire Safety Event, Girl Scout Troop 255 Fire Station Tour at Laguna Niguel's Fire Station 49, multiple 4th of July community events throughout the city, Fire Prevention and Preparedness Community Town Hall, and numerous fire station tours and car seat installations at Laguna Niguel's Fire Stations 5, 39, and 49. On June 11th, the Orange County Fire Authority participated in a wildfire tabletop exercise hosted by the Orange County Sheriff's Department Southwest Operations Division. In attendance were command staff from the Orange County Fire Authority and the Orange County Sheriff's Department, emergency managers from the cities of Laguna Niguel, Laguna Hills, and Laguna Beach, city staff and command staff from the Laguna Beach Fire Department and the Laguna Beach Police Department. The wildfire tabletop exercise involved a simulated wildfire scenario affecting Aliso Viejo, Laguna Niguel, and Laguna Beach. The exercise focused on establishing unified command between fire and law enforcement, coordinating evacuation planning and operations, sharing real-time intelligence and situational awareness, and establishing communications with impacted cities and the County Emergency Operations Center. The invaluable exercise reinforced our commitment to a collaborative and effective multi-agency response and recovery. Last Monday, July 7th at 2 p.m., the Laguna Beach Fire Department responded to a reported vegetation fire at Rancho Laguna Road and Morningside Drive in South Laguna Beach. Since the response was an identified Orange County, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach mutual threat zone and a threat to state responsibility area, the Orange County Fire Authority assumed the central ordering point and augmented the response to include a duty chief, 2 division chiefs, 4 battalion chiefs, aerial supervision, 4 air tankers, 7 helicopters, 16 fire engines, 1 dozer, 1 hand crew, 1 safety officer, and 1 public information officer. Very robust response. The Laguna Beach Fire Department arrived on scene and found an approximate 1-acre fire spreading uphill at moderate rate of spread with immediate threat to multiple homes off La Mirada Street and the state responsibility area within the Aliso and Woods Canyon Wilderness Park. Unified command was established between the Laguna Beach Fire Department, Police Department, and the Orange County Fire Authority due to the threat to the state responsibility area, Aliso and Woods Canyon, and potential threat to the cities of Aliso Viejo and Laguna Niguel. I responded to the incident due to a potential threat to my division and assumed responsibility for Rancho operations on this incident. My role as Rancho operations ensured that city staff from the cities of Aliso Viejo and Laguna Niguel were updated on the potential threat and fire status throughout the incident. A total of 39 engines, 3 hand crews, 1 dozer, 11 aircraft, and 250 firefighters were strategically deployed around the flanks of the fire to ensure that life and property threat was mitigated and the fire stayed within our initial control objectives. Their aerial assault dropped more than 100,000 gallons of water utilizing the Tivoli and Laguna helipods. At approximately 5 p.m., the forward progress of the 4.6-acre Rancho fire was stopped with 75% containment. Crews remained on scene through Wednesday, July 9th, to ensure 100% containment and no further threat to life and property. I'm happy to report that no lives or homes were lost during this incident. The success of the Rancho incident was largely due to a robust response and the wildfire tabletop exercise hosted by the Orange County Sheriff's Department just a few weeks prior. The wildfire tabletop exercise prepared us to ensure an effective multi-agency response, ensuring that no lives or property were lost during the Rancho fire, and importantly, kept the fire from the Aliso and Woods Canyon, cities of Aliso Viejo and Laguna Niguel. And lastly, if you want to follow your Laguna Niguel firefighters on Instagram, please go to @OCFA Division 5. This concludes this quarter's Orange County Fire Authority update. Thank you.
That's all the reports this evening, Mayor.
All right, thank you so much. It looks like we're at the end of our agenda, and this meeting is adjourned at 8:02 p.m. Thank you.
Exercise was awesome. I mean, it was all the same players at the command post, right? You know?